today we are going old school on our Saturday morning training. And when I mean by old school, I'm going to go over some things that I was taught when I first came into this industry. And this is what made me what I am today, this information. And it's what I call like timeless. It never gets old. It never gets outdated. It's the same information. And I haven't given this type of a training in, wow, I don't know, maybe 10 months to a year. And you see up there it says CEOs Unlimited, because that was the organization that we started. That's all about training individuals on how to be successful in network marketing. So you may see some terms or titles that may be a little different than what we're used to, but I want you to focus on the information that I'm talking about. Since Chris had to go to a funeral, I didn't have time to update my training slides because I haven't been doing the training. So this is old school. If you have pen and pad, I definitely want you to take notes. And I like to train in stories. So I will be sharing stories on this training, and it's better than sometimes just going over the basic stuff over and over again, like you're in a classroom. So this is getting started training. You're in your company or in Vitel for the very first time. You want to know what to do. We already have the getting started training sheet. I didn't have enough time to get the new one uploaded on here. That's what I was going to do. But this is what we're going to do now. So you already have that training. You already know our system. But we're going to pretend as if you're starting all over, and that's what I do all the time. Every 3 months or so, I start from scratch and build all over again as if I don't have an organization. So if you're going to do that, how? Where do you start? Where do you begin? Well, the first thing that you want to do is set goals for yourself. You want to set personal goals, short-term and long-term. So what would be a short-term goal for Vitel? Well, obviously, number one, you want to eliminate your cell phone bill. How about get promoted to team leader? Because to get promoted to team leader, you only need six in your first 30 days. How about getting your first check? We pay out weekly. How about when you're in the business, you want to get a check by next week, your first week in the business? That's a good short-term goal. How about getting 3 and 6 your first 30 days? So now you have your cell phone for free, you have your internet for free, and you're a rising star. You just got promoted. You have enough money to pay for your monthly business next month. Short-term goal. How about making 4 figures your first month in the business? That's a good short-term goal. That's a good goal to get you started. That's a good goal to show people that this works. See, one thing that you need to understand is that your first 30 to 60 days is the most important in your entire business. That sets the stage for everything else because people are watching you. They may say no to you, but they're still going to watch you. They're going to tell you later, hey, you still doing that phone thing? You still doing that bills thing? Doesn't they just tell you in a couple of months? Because they expect you to say no, that you quit, gave up, and you're doing something else. But if you turn around and say, yeah, I'm still doing it. My bills are being paid. What? Really? You're still doing that? Tell me about it. How's it going for you? Well, as a matter of fact, I've been promoted and several of my bills are being paid, and I'm making 4 figures a month. Now you have a story. In fact, if you're writing this down, write down one of your personal goals is to create a story for your business. If you don't have a story to tell, you don't have anything appealing that people want to hear. People like to buy, they don't like to be sold. They don't want to hear the company line. They want to hear, how has this impacted you? Now granted, you hear me always say, for people to say, I want to wait till you get it done, still human nature is fear of loss. And if they see you doing something and they're not doing it, they want to do it as well. Unfortunately, most people are followers. And those followers can still make you rich. So give them something to follow. Here's a long-term goal. Make a goal that you're going to be here long-term. Make a goal that you're committed that whether you have an immediate success or not, you're committed to paying $99 a month, which is $3.33 in your business, to grow. Understand that this is a business, not an opportunity, and not a hobby. Because in a business, the average business, and I mean brick and mortar, you're going to go at least 5 years before you start to make a profit. How do they survive during those 5 years of hard work? Besides getting loans from banks, they're coming out of their own pocket. I'll give you a story. My godfather works a job. He works for the same company as my dad. They went to high school together. And he makes good money. But he's coming on retirement age right now. And he saved up some money in the bank. Cost him like $200,000 to apply to get himself a private Quiznos restaurant. And then he had to go to Quiznos school for like 4 or 5 months to learn how to run the business. He had to pay for that. And then it took him a while to look for the right real estate, to be on the right corner, to open up his shop. And then when he opened up his shop, had the grand opening, he knows he's going to be working at Quiznos for a good 3 years before he's in profit. And it's going to cost him about $10,000 to $12,000 a month to keep the Quiznos open. Why? Because he has an overhead. He's got to pay for the mortgage on the store. He's got to pay the taxes on the store. He has to pay for all of the products, all the inventory. He has to hire employees. He has to pay the Quiznos dues. You know, you pay for being a franchise to the main Quiznos shop. So it'll be 3 years before he's in profit. Why would he do that? Because he's looking long term, that when he retires, he can still have a huge income coming in from his business. A lot of people aren't even willing to work this for 30 days. 30 days, they're out the door, looking for something easier. So put your business hat on. Understand that, I'm not supposed to call this an investment, because it's not an investment in an investment sense, but you are investing in yourself for this business. Your time is an investment. Now, I can't tell you what your long-term goals are, but if you've never set goals before, I can at least give you a guideline. How much money do you want to make long-term a year from now? Write that down. Put that up on a whiteboard. Put it up somewhere where you can see. Here's my goal. I have on a huge whiteboard in my house 10,000 reps. Underneath that, I have 3,940 that we're at right now. Why do I have 10,000 reps on my board? Because when I hit 10,000 reps, that means I'm making $1 million a year. That's my long-term goal, which means I'm earning 6 figures a month. And I have it where I see it. And every time the number goes up, new reps, I erase it and I put up new numbers. That's where we're at. Now, does that mean that you always will hit your goal on the time schedule that you set? No, you don't. And that's okay, because if you don't have a goal to shoot for anyway, you're not going to hit anything. One of my goals was already to be at 5,000 reps right now. We didn't hit it. Does that mean I quit and give up and go home? No. That's business. It's just a guideline for you to keep yourself on track and focused. I don't care what other opportunities come out. I'm focused. I've been offered a lot of money. A lot of money. Got tempted a couple times because there was a lot of money. But this company's going to make me a millionaire. But it's not going to happen overnight. So you have your short-term goals and your long-term goals. Personal and business. There's a difference. What's your personal short-term and long-term goal? Here was a personal goal of mine. I wanted to make enough money, so I had an extra enough money to have date night with my wife. Hey, you may laugh at that, but we've all been there before, where all your money is going to pay your bills. Just something little like that. You know, long-term goal, long-term personal goal. Be able to purchase brand new clothes without ever having to look at the price tag from any store like Beverly Hills. To be able to purchase the new cars, to take the vacations, pay off all your debt so that you don't owe anybody anything. You start working on building up your credit. Business goals. Hit the top position of the company. You know, so separate that. For me, it's a little hard because my personal goals is my business goals. It's one and the same. See, I don't look at this business as a business. When I'm doing work, it's part of my life. Since I do this full time, it's not like I have set hours. It's just what I love doing it, so I don't see it as work. So my personal goals and my business goals are almost one and the same. Next, you want to keep this simple. Keep it simple. About 2 weeks ago, I started this new thing here where I asked the leaders to put the top 3 people on your team on a call with me. And for any new member that comes on the team, and this is what we're asking, and I haven't stressed this lately, but anytime you sign up a new member, please put them on the phone with your upline national sales executive. Just get yourself out of the way, and it helps the NSC to know and meet the new people on your team and to give them the proper game plan so you don't have to try to figure this out. Let us build your organization. But when I started doing that, I've realized people are way, way overcomplicating this. They are trying to know every single thing about the company that they possibly can, filling up their head with knowledge and information, and that's not wrong, it's just not productive. I had one business guy tell me, he said, Brandon, I've made millions of dollars. Not in network marketing, okay, in traditional home-based, traditional brick-and-mortar store. I've made millions of dollars. The people that I know, I can't go to them without knowing the information because I'm going to look like I don't know what I'm talking about and they're not going to sign up with me. So I need to know everything right now as soon as possible, so I need you to spend time to teach me everything about the business. So I tried to tell him that's not duplicatable. You don't need to know all that. It took I was making $10,000 a month before I figured everything out, before I even understood the generational bonus. 3 months before he figured it out. Oh, wait. But he wanted to do that. So 3 months later, he's still calling me up asking for clarification on something. And you know how many people he has on the team? 2. In those 3 months, we put in almost 2,000 people in the business. So you can either become an educated expert that's broke, right? Or excited, enthusiasm on fire that's making money. Because you're keeping it simple. Develop the right mental attitude. If you have not done so, you need to go out and get your first year in I'm going to type these in here. These are your beginning books. Your first year in network marketing by my mind just go blank. I know it's early for me in California. Oh, Mark Yarnell. Your First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell. See, when you join Vitel, even if you're a veteran, you already know you're going to have some ups, you're going to have some downs. You're going to have somebody join your business, you're all excited, the next week they quit. You're going to have somebody come on board and bring aboard 50 people with them. You think you're on your way, you think you're rich, next week they joined another company and took the entire team. What are you ready to quit? See, in business, this is where you need to learn how to keep your emotions in check. Things are not, I guarantee they will not go exactly the way you want them to go. Some of you guys allow the little things to knock you out of the boat. It blows my mind. Are you serious? Somebody offended you in a chat box, so you're ready to quit the business. Really? Somebody said no to you. A family member said those things don't work, so you're ready to quit. Really? You've been in the business for 30 days. You brought 2 people in. You weren't able to get 3, so you didn't get your cell phone for free, so the business doesn't work, so you're going to quit. If that's your mentality, where you're swayed by the emotions of the day that dictate how you work your business, go home, leave us now, and go back to a job where you're told what to do. There will be an emotional roller coaster. I guarantee it. The thing that can even break down power team marketing is not anything from the outside, but it's people's emotions in relationships with each other. Getting all fired up over what somebody else has said or done. And you let that break you down. I watch this like from a third-person standpoint, and I just stand around and just look at you guys sometimes. I'm like, come on. You need to be on an even keel. Not too excited when something great happens, and not too depressed when something bad happens. Because in business, it's not bad, it's just results. It's results. Not negative, it's just results. Measure your results and make adjustments. Your first year in network marketing by Mark Yarnell. That will save 6 months of the emotional roller coaster for you. Read that book. Also, if you go to YouTube, look up anything by Tim Sales. He's very good on this emotional roller coaster stuff. Next, you want to get Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This completely gave me a paradigm shift on the world of how rich people think to compare to how poor people think. Now, I came from a family that wasn't poor. My parents were born and raised in Compton, California. They did not have a silver spoon in their mouths, and they busted their tails and worked hard to take themselves out of Compton and live in good neighborhoods and provide a wonderful life for their kids. Send us to college. We were called the Huxtables. So I wasn't rich, but I wasn't poor. But we still had a poor mindset. My parents have a poor mindset as far as the job mentality. Not a rich person's mindset. Now, I don't say this in a negative when I say poor mindset. Poor mindset is not a negative. It's just a fact. So don't get offended because I'm using the word poor mindset. Poor is I'm sorry, I can't even use that. I got to say broke mindset. Let me switch that up. Not a poor mindset, a broke mindset. Broke is temporary. Poor is eternal. Never changing. It's the rat race. But broke, you can always change that situation. And most professionals are broke. Somebody that's making $250,000 a year but living a $300,000 a year lifestyle is broke, just on a higher level. All right? So I didn't know any better. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad and was like, whoa. And I was an adult when I read that. Well, I was in college. Completely changed my outlook on life in the business world. Here's another one. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, this is just, I would like to call the Reader's Digest version of what he's actually talking about, what this law is about thinking. And you look up Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor. Now, the individuals understand this law, but Think and Grow Rich is like a preview. You know, when you see a movie and you see a preview, the real deal is the Law of Success in 16 Lessons by Napoleon Hill. That was taken off the shelves. In fact, Think and Grow Rich, the original version, was taken off the shelves by wealthy people of the time because he was giving the secrets away. And the poor people weren't supposed to know this. So he brought out a watered-down version called Think and Grow Rich. But it is good for your first introduction to the laws that wealthy people know. Another one is how to win friends and influence people by Dale Carnegie. Why is this book important? Why would I bring this one up? This is a people business. This is network marketing. You have to deal with people. And it is all about influence. People join people, not companies. People say, you ever wonder why you may see an individual in one company reach the top, and then if they join another company, they reach the top even faster? You ever wonder how? Because they have influence. And if you don't have influence, you don't have a following. You don't have people wanting to do what you do or know what you're doing. So you want to learn how to influence. Here's an example. I came to Vitel 6 months ago. I was already in another company. One of the top producers of that company. I was terminated for what they called cross-recruiting, even though I wasn't even cross-recruiting. I started from scratch. We didn't bring an existing organization over here. Yet in 60 days, I hit the top of the company. How did that happen? What was the secret? It's called influence. That's the secret. Did I gain influence overnight? No, it took years to build up to this point. It's not an overnight thing. If you're looking for get rich quick, no. What we're giving you is an education course with a compensation plan attached to it. So we're teaching you how to grow. This is like college. Do you go to college for one semester and then think you're going to become a doctor? No. So why in the world do you think you're going to join a home-based business and after 30 days you only paid $99, you're going to be a millionaire? It's a process. You say, well, I spent $5,000 on my college education this first semester. I'm not making any money yet. I'm not going to pay $5,000 next semester. Is that the mentality in college? No. You pay 4 years before you can take that information that you learn and apply it in the real world to earn pennies and remain broke. So if you still have a job mentality, equate that to the business world as well. That goes back to the long-term thinking. So have long-term thinking. 4 keys to success. Be coachable. Be responsible. Have commitment. Never quit. Be coachable. I don't care what your background is, where you come from, how successful you were. This is something you've never done. And I mean Vitel. You might have done network marketing, but you haven't done Vitel. We put a system in place that works. We have 15 national sales executives and 2 regional vice presidents in 6 months. It took the company a year and a half to promote 2 or 3 national sales executives. Do you think we might know what we're doing? Do you think our system works? So if you get started and we say, follow the GST, go to powerteammarketing.com, watch the videos, go to ceostraining.info and watch the schedule. Look at the personal development. If these are things we're telling you to do, obviously they work. Follow it. And it's hard for men to be coachable, especially. Women, they're easy to be coachable. Not men, because we're problem solvers. We want to come up with our own solution, because to do so traditionally means we're king of our own jungle. King of the forest. When I first got started in network marketing, I was a senior in college. In fact, I was in my last month before I graduated. I was big dog on campus. President of a political organization. Vice president of the senior class. I mean, everything. And what's funny is, the week before I got started, at my house, I had a huge, senior party, graduation party. And we had, I sent out flyers for maybe 50 people were invited and almost 200 showed up. Without even trying, right? So when I came into my company at the time, and it was ACN, my upline said, yeah, you need to have a PBR, and PBR stands for Private Business Reception. private business reception. What do we call that today? We call it a grand opening. It's the same thing. Just back then we didn't have internet. Oh yeah, we had internet. We didn't. Nobody knew how to use it like that back then. It's 1998. And so they said, Brandon, have a private business reception at your home. Invite all your partners over, and we're going to come and do a private reception for you. But you need to follow these steps. You need to make a list, and then you need to show us the list, and we're going to call these people on three-way and confirm for them to come out. And you know what I said? You don't know who you're talking to. Hold on one second here. It's Saturday morning, and my family's starting to wake up. The house is starting to get a little noisy. All right. Oh, I didn't have that mic on. Like I said, this is Saturday morning, and I'm not used to doing this with the family starting to wake up now, make some noise. But anyways, I told him, I said, guys, you don't know who I am. I'm Brandon Ivey. Yeah, I was conceited as you can think back then. Someone might say you still are. But it was another level back then. And I said, I just had a party here last week. If I tell people to show up, they're going to show up. So what I did, I had a couple of Spelman girls running around campus with flyers. Yeah, I was one of those guys that said I need to make flyers. They said, no flyers. You don't need freaking flyers. I said, no, I got this. So I had my girls running around campus. They put up flyers all over the place, all over the AUC. Clark, Morris Brown, Spelman, West End, Phipps Plaza. Even I had them running up to Lenox and the Underground. I had them all over the place. And I figured, this is a business meeting at my house. These are college students looking for a job or looking for ways to make money once they graduate. We're about to graduate. My house is going to be flooded. They said, just have chips and water. Oh, no. I went and got a full caterer. To have cater, I had all this food at my place. And I ordered chairs. They didn't tell me to do that, but I ordered chairs. I had this truck pulling up with all these chairs out. And I'm all lined up in the backyard, right? And wheeled the TV outside. And the day of the presentation, out of all those people, I expected at least 100 guests. 4 people showed up. And you know who those 4 were? Me, my roommate, my sponsor, and the person giving the presentation. And it was a Saturday morning. And I said, what happened? All these people, last week, I didn't even say, word of mouth, a party at Brandon's. But here, went all out, and nobody showed up. And so the first thing that hit my mind is, this doesn't work. I might as well cut my losses right now and quit and go do something else. And my sponsor my sponsor was Robert Brown. That is my current sponsor, Jacques Fele's brother. Robert Brown is my Morehouse brother. And his upline, there was a guy named Victor Huff out of Atlanta. And they looked at me and said, see, you aren't coachable. We told you what to do. You didn't do that. There's a reason why we tell you to do this, because it works. You tried to reinvent the wheel, do it your way, and look what happened. Nobody showed up. And I was at a crossroads for myself. And I said, wow, this is one of the first times in my life that I'm actually being challenged with something, and it's not going my way. Either I can save my pride and quit, or I take a challenge and say, you know what, I'm not gonna walk away from this and knowing down the road that I quit something because I couldn't make it happen. My ego wouldn't allow that to happen. So I took it upon a challenge and said, I'm not quitting. I'm going to dominate this company. That was my thinking. So I started to become coachable. And the moment I became coachable, I hit the first position of the company within the next 5 days by following the system. Be responsible. You know what that means? Responsible means doing what you say you're going to do long after the moment of you feeling like doing it has passed you. So responsible says, you know, you're in a business and you know that we have trainings and we have presentations. Be responsible enough to show up to them, especially if you said you're going to be there. Be committed. Commitment. It goes with responsibility. Be committed to something. See, a lot of you people are out here and you're dating Vitel right now. You're dating it. You're testing it out. You're taking it out to a movie on a test drive. Those who make the money here have married Vitel. Because with marriage comes for better or for worse. Dating means I have an exit strategy. She doesn't act right, I'm out the door to go find a new one. That's what many of you guys are doing. The moment she lets you down in a certain way, there's a new booty down the hall that looks better, right? Yeah, I keep it raw. It's a new package, a new skirt down the hall. When you're married, you can't do that. You might look, but you can't go anywhere. I'm married to Vitel. For better or for worse. I'm committed. I'm committed to spending $1,200 a year whether I make money or not. Why? Because if it takes me 3 years and I spent $1,200 a year, what do you add that up to? What, $3,600? I spent $3,600 on my business, and finally after 3 years, I have 25 frontline people that's committed to doing $99 a month. That means Vitel is now paying $15,000 a year out of my own bills that I would have to pay anyway. So for $3,600, I just made $1,500. I didn't even talk about any compensation plan. This is how business people think, while some of you are still stuck on $3.33 a day. Be committed and never quit. The good thing about Vitel is, if you never quit, you're guaranteed to get promoted anyway, even if you're only doing $50 a month in volume, because it adds up, lifetime volume. If it took you 4 years, you're still going to hit the top of the company. And what's the result of you getting there in 4 years? Oh, I don't know, 5 figures a month in residual income. You no longer have to work a job. Instead of waiting the next 25 years to be retired, how about be retired in 5 years? Put yourself on the 5-year plan for retirement. The 3-year plan, the 10-year plan. I quit back in the day. That's right, I said it. I quit. Biggest mistake in my professional career. I got frustrated. Things weren't moving fast enough. I ended up getting married. I had kids. I had my wife screaming at me that no money's coming in. I need to get rid of that business. Spending more money than I'm making. I had my family saying we didn't pay for 4 years of college and sacrifice for you not to go to law school, but to join some get-rich-quick scheme and scam. I had my other friends saying, I told you that thing's not going to work. So I let all of that get into my head and say, I guess you're right. Guess you're right. Guess I better quit. Go get a real job. That's exactly what I did. And what happened to me on a real job? I got laid off. Yeah, like that's job security. A real job. I quit. I learned my lesson. One thing about network marketing, when you get it in your blood, it's over. Because nothing else can provide for you if you don't have the resources to start off with to get you to where you want to go, unless you're independently wealthy. Not only has Bill Gates, President Clinton, President Bush, the first one, Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, all of them said, if I lost everything, I would join a network marketing company to build my resources back so I can use that money to build other businesses and investments. All of them said that. So this is the place to be if you have nothing, all right, to get yourself started. Vitel isn't even the end all. It's a means to an end. It's a means to have $1 million cash in the bank that I can use for investments for other things, to get into real estate and other businesses. Never quit. There are two types of people. People who are interested and people who are not interested. That's it. That is it. Don't try to, really understand this. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person or the wrong thing to the right person. We just did a grand opening for Sharia this weekend, yesterday. No, wait. When was it? I think yesterday or the day before. I forget. We did a grand opening. You know what? One person showed up late, missed 80% of the presentation, and signed up. People who sat there for the whole thing didn't sign up. Now, I could have been saying or what, because that's messed up my quota, because I have a 90% closing ratio. So let's do it again and get them focused where there's no distractions. But the guy showed up, missed 80%, and still signed up. So there's only two types of people, interested and not interested. So don't try to convince somebody. I'm never in the convincing business. Never. Either you want to know about it or you don't. Next. Move on. Create a warm market list of everybody that you know. Everybody. Don't prejudge. Don't prejudge. Don't think, oh, he's a millionaire. I'm not going to tell him about it. He's making so much money. He's not worried about his bill. He's paying his bills. You never know what's going on in somebody's life. You think job prejudged me? I was busy doing things. I'm moving. I'm always moving. And when I was dissatisfied with my last company and I was looking for a new deal, if I was in Ivey Vitel right now, I'd be doing something right now making money. But do you think I stopped Ja? He told me like 4 or 5. I was approached with Vitel about 9 times, and I said no all 9 times. 4 or 5 of those was Ja. And he kept. Hey, you got to check out Vitel. Ja, will you shut up with that, man? I know about Vitel. I was approached about Vitel last year. I said no. He said we doing some things right now, man. We doing some things. Finally, but it's all about timing. And he got me right at the last time. It was right at the right time. I was ready to make a move. So don't prejudge anybody. You never know what's going on in their world, in their life. Don't buy other people's opinions. See, I don't believe this rule that people say, I've already burnt through my warm market list because I've been in network marketing for so long that when people see me coming, they run. So I don't have people to talk to. Brandon, you need to teach me how to build a list. You need to teach me how to go out there and find people, new people. See, first and foremost, it doesn't matter if everybody said no to you in the past. You know how I built Vitel? Not with my current organization. I went back to my list of people who said no to me in the past. And then I showed them, take a look at this. Have you ever heard anything like this before? This company's paying people's bills. This company's saving people on their cell phone. Take a look at this. Did people say no? Yes. Some of them said yes. Reginald Stimson said yes. He wasn't in business with me at the time. He said no to me before in the past. I said no to him before in the past. As a matter of fact, I was in his downline in another affiliate program. Didn't prejudge. Show it to him. What can they say? No? Is that the worst thing in the world? Somebody saying no to you? Men, how many times did a woman say no to you trying to ask her out on a date? Did that ever stop you from asking the next woman out? No. Same deal. Don't buy other people's opinions. If you buy somebody's opinions, you buy their lifestyle. Not everybody is going to see what you see. When I first got started, I had other heavy hitters that looked at this at the same time I did. And you know what they saw? They said, oh, this is just one of those phone deals like all the others. It's going to go out of business. There's no money to be made. There's nobody over there making any serious money. Nobody doing anything. I'm going to go sign up with Organo Gold because I want to hang around Holton Bugs. That's Holton's money, not yours. That's what they said. You know what I saw? I saw ACN 1994. I saw nobody's doing anything over here yet. Let me be the first. I saw this isn't a phone deal. They're leading with phones. There's money to be made right here. So not everybody saw what I saw. But guess what? They're seeing it now. We're getting phone calls from them same people who said no 6 months ago, talking about, man, you got to tell me about Vitel. I want to be down with Vitel. And you haven't seen nothing yet. 1 year from now, when they see pictures of us on the cover of Success magazine, when we have people making 6 figures a month, people are going to start flooding over here because they're going to start to see what we see. But don't be discouraged because they don't see what you see. You don't care what they see. I don't care about somebody's opinion. I don't need your opinion. Do you want to do it or not? And in fact, sometimes I look at you like you're silly. You don't have the business sense to understand what's going on? I challenge your business sense. You want to go join a $49 deal only offering one product that takes 3 people to get paid and 9 to get your cell phone for free for $50, and you don't even get paid when you sell the SIM card, and you don't get paid when you sell the phone, but you don't want to join Vitel? I challenge your business sense. In fact, you're not the person I want to be in business sense because you're not going to get me to where I want to go. You still have growing to do. I keep it real. Remember, don't prejudge. Those who you think will, won't. Those who you think won't, will. Those who you think can, can't. And those who you think can't, can. See, this is a trip right here, guys. And normally our training is for an hour, but I'm starting to feel good. So at the top of the hour, if you have to go for whatever reason, go. But I'm going to continue going. But those who you think won't, will. Oh, I'm sorry. Those who think will, won't. So you're going to go up to somebody and say, hey, I know, if they see Vitel, I know they're going to sign up. I know they're going to sign up. You tell them about Vitel, oh, no, that's not going to happen. I'm not doing that. No. I got to go follow the purple Barney. No. And then those who you think won't, will. All of a sudden, somebody that you didn't say nothing to, they send you a message saying, hey, take a look at Vitel. You know what? I'll give you an example. Let's talk about Dr. Michael Smith Sr., for example. Here's an example. I didn't send him a message about my opportunity because I didn't think that he would do it. Why? Because he was already involved in other things. But you know what happened? He saw me do a Facebook post about how to save money on cell phones. And you know what happened? He called me up because his AT&T service contract was about to run out, and he was looking and saying, what deals do you have going on? And then he said, wait a minute, Brandon, you're not doing a phone thing. You're in something else. What are you doing? How are you making money off of this? Next thing you know, he signed up. That's how it happened. Reginald Stimson, I didn't think he would, because he made public that he retired from network marketing. He was already making 5 figures a month because he's an internet marketer. So he had no plan on joining a network marketing company, especially this soon. Because we're talking April, just 3 months before he said he walked away from network marketing. But I sent him a message that said, hey, check out Vitel. He already seen Vitel, just like I had seen it. But I said, check out what they're doing right now, and let me know, your opinion on this. Trick with the words. But I know he has good insight on things. He knows things before I do, especially in this industry. He's connected. He's plugged in. Next thing I know, he says, send me a link. I didn't expect him to sign up. I just wanted to hear if he thought that this was valid now than it was a year before. Not for him to sign up. He says, shoot me a link. I wasn't even in the business yet. Those of you think can, can't. A lot of you out there are trying to have a home run. You're trying to go out there and sign up the biggest heavy hitter you can and think that you're done. If I could just get this guy in the business, it's game over. And you do get the guy in the business, and the guy does absolutely nothing. I have in my business right now the #1 money earner from, what was it, 124, and did absolutely nothing. Just because somebody has had success in another company is no guarantee they're going to have it here. Okay? Those of you think can, they just can't do it. They may not have the same influence they had before. They may not even have the same drive that they had before. They were hungry when they were doing something before. They're not hungry anymore. I love what Les Brown says about, like, Buster Douglas, for example, fighting Mike Tyson. You know, the first time he fought him, he was hungry. Knocked Mike Tyson out. The second time he fought him, he had a guaranteed $40 million contract whether he won or lost. Do you think he was hungry? He got knocked down and stayed down. Why? Why get up? He got a guaranteed contract. So by the time some people come over here, they're not looking for the things they were looking at before. In fact, I put no credence into a heavy hitter joining the company now unless they actually do something. Show me. Don't tell me what you're going to do. Show me. I was hungry. I didn't need a signing bonus. I didn't need special privilege. I didn't need help. In fact, I said, get out of the way. Just give me the help when I need it and move out of the way. I was hungry. But those of you think can't, can. You have somebody come into the business that's had no network marketing experience, but they followed the system and outproduced everybody else. You didn't even know where it was coming from. I love those people. So don't prejudge anybody. There's 3 types of people that you want to talk to. It's funny, a training like this, you should have 1,000 people on here right now. 63. People want to sleep. 3 types of people you want to talk to. You have red tomatoes, green tomatoes. Why do I have tomatoes up here? I don't remember back last time I did this training. It's apples. I've been training with apples. Red apples, green apples, and rotten apples. So red apples. Reds are people who love what they hear. They sign up. They don't ask a million questions. They say, let's go to work. You spend 80% of your time with red apples. They're coachable. They want things to happen. A red apple is this. You have a gold brick, and you hand them a gold brick, and you say, here's a gold brick. Go do something with it. And they walk off with it. They don't ask questions. They just take it. Then you have green apples. Yeah, I know, Kelly. I don't know why tomatoes. Green apples. Green apples are, you know, kind of your peers. They kind of have questions. They, you know, don't want to jump into something right away because they think it might be a scam. Their business acumen really may not be there, because if you have high business acumen, you can tell something quickly. But you spend about 20% of your time with greens. These are the people you hand them a gold brick, and you know what they do with the gold brick? They turn around, look it over, say, is this a real gold brick? Are you sure? Who gave you the gold brick? Maybe I need to have this gold brick appraised. I don't really believe it's a gold brick, but hey, if you give me some answers to my questions, I may accept it. I may not. But you just plug them into the system. Give them the information they need and move on. 20% of your time with them. Then you have rotten apples. A rotten apple is somebody, you give them a gold brick, they say, this ain't real. Why are you giving me a gold brick? If somebody gave you the gold brick, I know it's not real. Go take this thing back. They'll throw it on the ground, walk away from it. And not only will they say that they're not going to do the opportunity, they're going to try to convince you not to do the opportunity as well. No, I'm not going to do Vitel, and you shouldn't either. If I'm making enough money, I'll pay my own bills. I don't want nobody paying my bills. They're mine. I love my bills. Those are rotten apples. And then you know what they do? They call up all the people you know. Hey, watch out. Brandon's going to call you about some new deal, some new phone company talking about paying people's bills, man. It's a scam. Watch out. And they try to ruin it for you. Spend zero time with them and move on. Next. Know what you're getting into. I just went over this. Remember this. Misery loves company. They don't want you to succeed because they will highlight their own failure, and you will leave them behind. Birds of a feather flock together. Guess what? On this journey, you're going to end up losing friends and gaining new ones. Look at the top 5 people around you, and I guess your income is around the same. Time for you to have some new friends. And it may hurt that, you know, some people that you care about, you got to leave them behind. But at least offer them the chance to say no. That's why I don't believe in the, oh, don't talk to people you already know. No, you let them know exactly what you're doing. Because when you do make it, they can't come back to you and say, man, why didn't you tell me what you were doing? You knew my situation. You knew I needed something. So here you go. You're gonna keep something to yourself and hog it all to yourself, and then turn around and not help us out, man. That's what's wrong with people today, man. They don't want to help nobody. Isn't that what they say? Isn't that what people say? Yeah, you and I both know, had you told them something about it, they would have said no. But give them the opportunity to say no, so later they can't come to you with that BS nonsense, and you say, I did tell you about it. Remember it was the phone thing you said no to? Oh, it was? Oh, well, show me about it now. I'm ready. I want to do it. You prove to me that it's going to be done. Show me now. Hey, at least their mindset may start to change because you led by example. Don't sell, sort. How many times do you hear me say in every single presentation, it is not my job to convince you of this opportunity. All I do is share why it was a great opportunity for me. And you can choose. People like to buy, they don't like to be sold. So sort. Red apples, you spend 80% of your time with them. These are the people that say, hey, you want to take out an opportunity? Absolutely. Greens, you spend 20% time with them. Rottens, 0%. Don't sell your opportunity. Sort through people. Don't convince. Some will see it, some won't see it, so what next? Here's another thing that I've seen you guys do. And when I say you guys, I'm not talking about any one of you in particular. I'm just giving you an example, so nobody get offended. So here's what people do. Hey, take a look at this. Vitel paid my cell phone bill. Wow. Do you want Vitel to pay your cell phone bill? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? What are you talking about? You just borrowed $100 from me last week. How about eliminating your cell phone bill? I don't know about that. I've heard about those. Do I got to recruit people in that to pay my cell phone bill? And you want to sit with them and philosophize and argue about how broke their mindset is and why they need an opportunity. You're wasting your time. You think a rich person spends time trying to debate with a broke person on how to change his mindset to become rich? No, a rich person spends 90% of their time with other rich people. The times they spend with the poor people is because they're doing philanthropy. Right? They're not teaching y'all nothing new. They're just giving you something to make them feel a little bit better, like they gave back. Because if they spend a lot of time in your presence, then it starts to rub off on them. They don't want to put themselves in your energy. Hands off. Birds of a feather flock together. Some will see it, some won't see it. So what? Next. Move on. It's a numbers game. Don't take it personal. Someone told me, I put out 10 ads and I haven't gotten a reply yet, so I don't know if this is going to work. So what? who was it that, was it Adrian? No, it wasn't Adrian. It was a Sherry, not Sherry, but a Sherry. Sherry called me up yesterday. And Sherry said, Brandon, you were right. Somebody actually said yes. She went through like 15 no's, and then somebody said yes. I said, see? That's how it works. It's a numbers game. Listen to anything by Jim Rohn on YouTube. And he says, you know, when you first get started, you may have to go through 100 people to get 3 to say yes. And then as you get a little better, you may go through 50 to get 3. Then you may go to 20 to get 3. Or then you may go to 10 to get 2. It only takes 10 people to get 2. Or you start off, you go 10 people just to get 1. You get a little better, you get 10 people, you get 2. The superstars, you go through 10 people and you get 3. 10 people. 7 say no, 3 say yes. In baseball, if you hit 3 out of 10, they pay you $4 million a year. You strike out 7 times, but you hit the ball 3 times, you're a millionaire in baseball. Yeah, you want to make a home run on every one, and if you don't, you want to quit and go back to a job. It's a numbers game. Bill Britt from Amway, over $150 million he has made in his career. Personally enrolled in his career over 1,000 people, and out of those 1,000, 12 of them made him where he is today. 12. Some of you have only talked to 3 people, and you're ready to quit. You willing to go through 1,000 people to make $100 million? Do I have time for this? We're going into something new. Okay, okay. We'll go through this. Recruiting. I've already made 2 videos on this, basically. What is it called? How to become a master recruit, and then the psychology of recruiting. Let's go over this real quick. I haven't been through these slides in so long, I don't know what's coming next. All right, so we'll flow with this. 3 keys to successful recruiting. Urgency, excitement, and confidence. That is it. Urgency, excitement, and confidence. Not how much knowledge you know. It's not about knowing all the information. If you have a sense of urgency, if you're excited and you're confident about it, people will want to come just to see you burn because you're on fire and they don't want to be left behind. Here's the wrong way. You call up somebody, hey Tom, yeah, how you doing? Did I catch you at a good time? Because if you're busy, you know, I can always call you. Oh, you're busy right now? Okay, I'll call you back. When's a good time to call you back? Oh, next Friday? All right, I'm going to call you back next Friday. A week rolls around. Yeah, Tom, remember I called you about a week ago? Yeah, you free now? Oh, call you back in an hour? All right, I'm going to call you back in an hour. You call him, hey, Tom, hey, yeah, I don't know how you've been doing, but I wanted to tell you, I just got started in this business, right? Yeah, they're paying people's bills. No, I haven't gotten my bill paid yet, but I hope that they'll pay my bill because they say they're going to pay my bill. But you wanna take a look at the website so you can see it and they can maybe pay your bill too? Do you think Tom is going to sign up with you or even listen to anything you have to say? You have no sense of urgency, no excitement, and no confidence. Here's how I do things. I call up Tom. Hey, Tom, listen, I don't care what you're doing right now, but you got to get on your computer right now. What? You hang up the phone. Get on the computer right now. Go to vitelwebinar.com. Press play. You got to watch this. Why? Hey, I'm going to shoot you an email. Look at this. This company paid my cell phone bill, Tom. It paid my cell phone bill, man. What's the name of the company? Does it matter? Just look at the video. We're going to talk afterwards. I'm going to call you back in 15 minutes. Okay, bye. Urgency, excitement, confidence. Tom's like, what? Earthquake happened? What's going on? And I call Tom 15 minutes. Tom, did you watch the video? You didn't? Okay, I'll call you at another time. I got somebody else to talk to. You don't understand that we're about to be millionaires. Bye. Hang up. Hang up. I take the opportunity more before somebody says no. I take it away from them. You're not qualified to hear this information anymore if you're not ready to look at it right now. Bye. Next. Urgency, excitement, confidence. Hey, wait, have we paid your bill yet? No, I just got started, but I saw this guy, Brandon Ivey. They're paying him $1,200 a month out of his bills, and I'm about to get mine paid. You don't want yours paid? Bye. Next. Go play with the purple Barney. I'm on to the next. Right? So look at this. Oh, I know I don't have enough time to go over this. This could be a whole hour-long training by itself. 4 personality traits. I did videos on this. Shark, whale, dolphin, and urchin. Basically, it's 4 basic personalities that everybody has out there. Now, of course, you can be a mixture of all of them. In fact, you want to be a mixture of all of them, but everybody has a dominant trait. A shark is somebody that's motivated by power, money, respect, ego, recognition. That's a shark. A whale doesn't care about any of that. A whale loves to help people. A whale loves to be in an opportunity that can change somebody's life, not just their own, but other people. A dolphin loves to have fun. That was my sister when I first came into ACN. She had no business sense whatsoever, but she came to a meeting with me, and all she saw was a bunch of dudes dressed up real nice, talking about making money, and she was having fun. Those are dolphins. They just want to have fun. Urchins. Urchins, oh, I can't stand urchins. They're necessary, but I can't stand urchins. They take up too much of my time. An urchin is a person who has 1,000,001 questions. They want to know Scott Rogers' social security number. They want to know the exact digits of everything. They want to know the details of everything. But the urchin, once they get all the information, they turn into sharks because they're 100% confident in what they're doing. And they turn into sharks. But why do you need to know people's personality? Because this is what you're dealing with out there. You don't want to approach a whale with a shark. Hey, you go to a whale and say, hey, you got to join this Vitel. Man, these people, Brandon walked off his job at 3.5 months. They're making 5 figures. Man, these people are paid. They're making money. You think a whale wants to hear that? They're not turned on by that. A shark would love to hear that, but not a whale. But you approach a whale by saying, hey, listen, we have an opportunity that's changing people's lives because we're able to eliminate the number one problem in their lives, which is their bills. We're helping people eliminate their bills. That's what Vitel's all about. How would you like to help people? How would you like to help your church, your community, your nonprofits? Those are whales. You go to a dolphin, and you tell a dolphin, man, you got to come to one of our Saturday conventions. You got to check out. We're having so much fun in this opportunity. You got to come and see what's going on. We have fun here. Really? Y'all having fun? Show me. Where? Where's the party at? You go to an urchin and say, urchin, you want to give them facts? Here's the facts. We're the 3rd fastest growing company, or top producing company over the last 6 months. We're a debt-free company. We're helping people pay all of their bills. Documented. We have 5-figure-a-month earners documented. We've partnered up with all the top companies in the nation, like Verizon, T-Mobile, and Sprint, Time Warner Cable, Charter Communication, ADT Security, FrontPoint Home Security System. We're offering prepaid debit cards. We're offering gas and electricity. An urchin wants to hear that stuff. So when you're talking to people, it only takes me maybe 30 seconds to figure out what a person's dominant trait is, just by listening to them. And that's how I approach them in the business. When you guys put me on a 3-way call, the first thing I ask them is, tell me about yourself. What are you doing right now? What's your motivation? They tell me what their trait is just by listening to them. And then I know exactly how to go on the attack. This is a skill you want to learn. Marketing 101. If you want to make money in a home-based business, learn the skills necessary. This is a skill you need to learn. Do you want to go over this? All right, we're going to stop right there. I got to get my kids ready. We're going to go see the space shuttles here in LA. All right, everybody. That is old school training. I haven't done in almost a year. The basics. I hope you guys took notes. I know somebody, I didn't record this, but I know somebody did. Maybe I'll do another one another time and we'll record it. Or, I know what I'll do. I'll think about this, how to record it into a video. But this is something that is needed, that we don't do often enough. And I hope you guys got, you recorded it, Angel? Good, good. We'll put it out on video so people can get it. So go ahead now, here's what you need to do. Order the Vitel hotspot. That's mandatory for Power Team Marketing. I already ordered mine. Order your hotspot. Get your product set. Pass the word on to your team. Take this information and apply it. I don't want to hear no nonsense from somebody saying, oh, I'm going to quit. You're quitting on yourself. You're not quitting on me. Someone actually called me up and wanted to apologize to me. You know, don't apologize to me. Apologize to yourself. I'll be all right if you quit. It's not going to impact my business. The number one recruit on your team will always be you. It will always be you. You're the superstar. So if people quit on your team, so what? You go find somebody else up. Got it? All right, everybody, thank you for listening. We went over the time period. This is our Saturday morning training. Next week, we'll be returning to our regularly scheduled program on customer acquisition with Chris McCoy.